NWA was a rap group in the early 1990s, and one of their songs was called F the Police. While I will not go through the entirety of the song, there are two lyrics that I want to focus on. They are as follows. Cause it's laying you down to the street top, black police showing out for the white cop. I've heard this song many times, but it wasn't until recent that I gained a new understanding of these lyrics. How many people believe that all police officers are treated equally? This is a question I want you as the audience members to ponder on. Martin Luther King Jr. was a civil rights activist and graduate of Morehouse College in the field of sociology. One of the things he said about injustice was this: injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. When Dr. King said this, it was during the time of the civil rights movement. However, it can also be used to describe the police force itself. Social injustice within the police force can be seen by the different social classes, the policies made for the police force, and by the use of deadly force. Let's talk about the first way that social injustice can be seen. The first way that social injustice can be seen within the police is by the different social classes. An example of this is the retention of police officers. According to an article published in the New York Times on September 30th, 2020, in large cities such as Houston, Dallas, and New York, the retention of African American officers is on a steady decline. Instead of fixing these issues, these precincts have chosen to hire new African Americans at a rate that is being outpaced by the departures. There is also a difference in social classes because of the social makeup of the police force. According to Dave Landry, 85% of the police force is male, 15% is female. Breaking these statistics down even more, 65% of police officers, male or female, are white, 12.8% are African American, and every other race is at 7% or below. These statistics reflect the makeup of the police force, but not the communities that they represent. The policies made to change the actions of the police force show how social injustice can be seen. On May 25, 2020, George Floyd was killed by a member of the Minnesota Police Department. According to Daniel Anderson, in the weeks following the death of George Floyd, 22 states chose their policies about policing, affecting 100 of the largest cities in America. While 22 states have chosen to make changes, 28 states have done nothing. When police officers go through basic training at both the local and state level, they are trained in a multitude of areas. Most of their training goes into self-defense and firearm skills. These two training tactics take up over 90 hours of their time, while things such as community police strategies and conflict management only take up 16 hours. This is an imbalance of 5 to 1. We've talked about the first two ways how social injustice can be seen within the police force. Let's talk about the third. The use of deadly force can show how social injustice and the police force can be seen together. According to an article published in CNN in July of 2020, a movement founded in response to police brutality is the Black Lives Matter movement. The phrase Black Lives Matter is used to spread the message against police brutality. Also, according to the CNN article, the Chicago chapter of the Black Lives Matter movement their goal is to focus on the accountability of police. I want to offer a quick comparison using some police-related shooting statistics. According to an article released by German Lopez on June 1st, 2020, the United States population consists of 63% of white Americans. However, when it comes to people killed by police, that number decreases to 52%. That number decreases an additional 6% when it comes to white Americans killed while not attacking. African Americans make up 13% of the U.S. population. However, they make up 31% of the people killed by the police, and an additional 39% of the people killed while not attacking. These correlations show how race plays a role when it comes to police shootings. We have now talked about 3 different ways showing how social injustice can be seen within the police force. Let us end today's speech with a quick summary. Facts, examples, and testimony have all shown that there is social injustice within the police force. These causes have led to many different effects. Social injustice can be seen within the police force because of the different social classes, the policies made for the police force, and by the use of deadly force. I want to end today with a quote reiterating the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and this is, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Now that I told you all this information, what will you do with it? Thank you.